Wow, how exciting is this? Our first grammar video of 2021. You can see my little picture in the corner there. I am getting ever closer to looking like Haymitch from the Hunger Games, and maybe following his lifestyle as well if you've read the books. So using modifiers correctly is going to be the first unit we do. It's going to be the first unit we do of the year, and it's going to be the only unit we do grammar-wise for the rest of this trimester. You can see that there are 7 different lessons. We're going to do all 7 of those, one a week. That's it. We'll do a review in week 8, and then in week 9, which is the last week of the trimester, you'll have your test. So now I'm going to scroll down to our first lesson, which is the 3 degrees of comparison. All right, so basically adjectives and adverbs have 3 degrees. It's positive, comparative, and superlative. The positive form of a modifier can't be used to make any comparison at all. Okay, so an example down here is December can be a stormy month. That's a basic base or positive form. You can't compare it with that word. Comparative is when you're comparing 2 things. So December is a stormier month than May. Notice you got to drop the Y and make it IER for that to work out. Most of you have probably known that since middle school at least. And the superlative is when you're comparing at least 3 things, and one's got to be at the top of the heap. You know how like girls are always saying, I have 7 best friends. They don't know what superlative is. You have 1 best friend. 1. And if you're not sure who that is, imagine you're all in a boat and there's only room for you and 1 other person. Who's it going to be? That's your best friend. So February can be the stormiest month of all. Of course, some words you can't just add ER or EST to the end to make them superlative or comparative. You got to use the words more or most in front of them. So he always walks quickly, great, but you're not going to say he walks quicklier than she does. You'll say he walks more quickly than she does. And of the 3 of them, he walks most quickly. All right, in general, for 1 syllable modifiers, you just add the ER or the EST. As you can see with young down here, becomes younger or youngest. Sometimes spelling changes are necessary, as I already pointed out, so happy becomes happier or happiest. And there's a few rare occasions where you're just going to use more or most because it sounds better, like the word prone, if you even know what that means. You're not going to say proner or pronest. It's more prone or most prone. And then finally, for most 2-syllable adjectives, you add an ER to form the comparative or an EST to form the superlative. So heavy becomes heavier and heaviest. You use more and most if ER and EST sound awkward. That's basically it. Okay, so now with this information, what you're going to do is on the page here in the week 4 folder, I think it is. We're in week 4 already. You can see everything else is kite runner related. You only have 1 grammar assignment to do, and that's modifiers, 3 degrees of comparison. So when you click on it, you will find, let's just do the little preview right here. I won't look at the instructions, which are here at the top. I give you some examples and an example of how you're supposed to do this. So you have 20 sentences here, and each of the sentences has a word in parentheses at the end. You can see here the word is fast. So we're going to use the correct degree of comparison in the blank. Biologist Rachel Carson was one of the first people to realize that pesticides were altering the environment. Blank, then living things could adapt. Well, what do you think that's going to be there? Probably faster. And then we'll move on to the next one. Remember, with this, spelling's going to count because it's Schoology and because I've put answers in. So if you're spelling heaviest with a Y, you're going to get that wrong. All right? Just like all the other grammar practices we've done, you can take it as many times as you want. And once you get more than half, you will get full credit. So give this one a shot. And you have any questions, let me know.